Hi everybody, it's Miss Caro and Cambry is here listening today. This is this week's Read Aloud, and this story is called Duck at the Door. Remember that our essential question is, how can living things adapt to survive? So you've done some reading about how people can adapt in different situations. Hopefully you've done some reading on animals adapting to survive. And with all that informational reading, we're going to throw in some literature. And I want you to pay attention to how this duck adapts or changes to his new environment in order to survive. This story is written by Jackie Urbanovic.
It's a mouthful.
And I believe that that person is also the illustrator. This is a New York Times best-selling author. Duck at the Door. Remember to look at the pictures, because pictures and illustrations give us lots of clues as to what is going to happen in this story. Here's the dedication page, and she's dedicated it to Susan Dryband, her behind-the-scenes co-creator. Is there too much glare on that? And giving her thanks. And we have some ducks there in the snow. From what I know about ducks, they don't like to survive in the snow.
That's what I understood as well.
Is it? It was a quiet night until thunk, creak, and knock, knock, knock. Someone's out there. Let's go ask Irene. She always knows what to do. Seems to be an awful lot of animals living in that house.
There's no ducks though.
Irene, cried Brody. Help! Someone is knocking on our door. It's the middle of the night, said Irene. Who could be knocking on our door?
I like her slippers.
Yes, those are some very fuzzy slippers, Kenny has pointed out. Any weird animals in that house? I see cats, dogs, and birds. There's an awful lot of animals there. It's a duck! A duck's a bird.
It is.
So would it be weird for a duck to live in this house?
I mean, doesn't she already have birds?
Right? So why would it be weird for a duck to live inside a house?
Yeah.
That would be weird. Have you
I
ever heard of
don't
a
know.
duck living in a house?
Yeah. I would have a duck.
But who do you know has a duck in their house?
I don't know anyone personally.
Because that's weird. Ducks don't live in houses. Irene brought the duck inside. My name is Max, he began. I was born in the spring and I loved it. I stayed behind when my flock flew south because I thought I'd love winter too. But it turned out to be cold and very lonely. Winter isn't so bad when you have a warm home, said Irene. At first, Max had a lot to learn. What do you see him learning there?
What is that?
It's the phone.
Oh.
It's making a noise, so he's trying to learn about the phone. Looks like he is learning how to drink out of a cup here. Oh,
My
Penny has
cookies!
to go get her cookies. And here he's reading about, from National Geo World, about migration. So I think he does have something to learn about that. If you don't know what migration is, that's something you should research. In January, he learned to use the remote control. He enjoyed Wild Kingdom and Worldwide Wrestling. In February, he discovered he had a flair for cooking. Now remember, this is literature, so ducks don't really do these things, but be paying attention to how he's adapting. By March, he had made himself right at home. But by April, it was clear that Max had learned too much. Here we've got Max here with the remote control watching TV. And the cat saying, give me. And then there goes another Saturday night. And this dog saying, ack. And then the cat up here saying, rerun. I've got it memorized. Another rerun. Dakota, Coco, and Jessie Bear got tired of Max's new recipes. This is Max's tofu surprise. Shish kebab a la Max. Max's seaweed chowder. And Brody was just tired. They don't seem to be enjoying a duck in the house. Someone had to talk to Max. But who? Just then, Max burst into the room yelling, listen to the quacking! My flock has returned! I can't wait to see them! Irene, please keep my chef's hat. And Brody, you can have my rubber duckies. I will miss all of you so much. After many hugs, Max left. With Max gone, life was ordinary again. You go first. No, you. The cats went back to eating plain cat food. No one played keep away with the remote control. What else can we do for fun? And Brody didn't have to share his bed. Does he look happy about it though? Life was so quiet that by October, everyone was happy to hear the sound of the quacking. When there was a knock at the door, everyone was hoping to see the same thing. Max, 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 Max. They're all asking, maybe it's him? What do you think? Make a prediction. Max! They shouted with joy. Are you staying with us all winter, they asked. Yes, said Max. Me and my flock. Everyone looked at Irene, hoping she would say something. That is definitely a lot of ducks. But all she could say was, welcome home. Now, this story does have an AR quiz, and you can go over to the AR website and take it. But I want you to read the assignment your teacher has posted in Google Classroom so you can compare what we saw happen in this story and how Max had to adapt to his new environment to survive with what we read about humans adapting during situations where things aren't the greatest, or where we read about early man adapting and creating fire and tools to survive, along with the animals that you've seen in science adapting to their environments using things like camouflage and in some cases even adapting in more serious ways to survive their environments and situations. Thanks for joining me.